Hello everybody, welcome to the first edition of the Ashcan. I'm Steve Osborne, I'll be your host. As most of you won't know me from, because no one's ever seen it, I'm also on another show called The Greatest of All Time, to whom I co-host with Cody Springer. So be sure to check that out as well. He'll be doing a side show as well sometime in the future, hopefully. So we're going to get this started. I'll give you a rundown of the premise of the show, and then we'll get right into it. So basically what I wanted to do was, since I'm an avid comic book collector / fan, I wanted to do like a web show about comic books that were coming out maybe in the next month, because I know how it is to film a show every week and it's not going to happen. So maybe we'll do a monthly show about books that are coming out, big events in comic books, movies that are coming up, new releases, stuff like that, Comic-Cons, local cons and stuff like that, and we'll maybe put some info on the website as well once we get the website up. So anyway, that's just going to be basically how this runs. If anybody has a book they'd like me to read or something that they think I should be into, just send me an email to the address below here, and I'll make sure to read it and tell you what I think about it. So anyway, this week we had some pretty cool books coming out. I just finished the Age of Ultron, number 10. I read through the whole series. The whole book started off well, and the artwork on it is decent. I won't say it was great, but it was decent. But the story was strong up until the end, I thought. And once I got to book 10, I was a little disappointed, and it almost made me not want to read the Adventures AI number 1. I did, and it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. But the basis is that Ultron comes back, he goes ape, and then just kind of clears out the world. And it comes down to either traveling forward in time or traveling back in time to try to stop him, because he's controlling the vision from the future. And one team goes to the future, one team goes to the past, of course. And it doesn't work the way it should, so they have to go back again. It's a whole big story. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who wants to read the book, but like I said, it has some interesting things in it. Lots of characters who everyone likes is in it, so it's not a bad read. If you want to give it a shot, go ahead. But I'm pretty sure the rest of you will find the same as I did, that come book 10 you'll be a little disappointed in the series. Also coming out, so what else came out? I read the Superman Batman number 1 that came out last week. That wasn't a bad read. The artwork in that is pretty awesome. I'm not the biggest DC fan in the world. I've been trying, so I did give it a shot. It's not bad. Give it a read. It's Superman and Batman together. What more could you want? Let's see, what else? I read the Deadpool Kills Deadpool. Some people love Deadpool, some people just don't get it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of in the middle. It's a bit campy for me. I get it, he's supposed to be witty and funny, but it gets to the point to where it's just annoying sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really kept up with Deadpool. So once I read this, because I've been trying to read stuff that starts with 1, just so I could have a little info, I didn't know there was a Deadpool clan and a Deadpool dog, and it just, I don't know, man. It almost seemed like a DC book, like, you know, when Superman had the super pup, and I mean, I don't need a Deadpool dog. I thought it was kind of stupid. But that's just my take on it, man. Like I said, some people love Deadpool. You know who you are. Let's see, what else did I read this week? The new Justice League. There's a whole new Justice League series out that I haven't read yet. I'm thinking about starting that to give it a chance. If anybody's read it and thinks it's worth reading, let me know. I really wouldn't mind to read through it. I just don't know if it's worth my time. of the superior foes of Spider-Man. I did pick this up and I was pretty excited. I thought this was going to be pretty cool. I like Spider-Man foes, and so I thought, man, this is going to be pretty interesting to just get. It's kind of a story just about the bad guys of Spider-Man. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to read. But when I picked the book up and found out that the main character of issue 1, which should be the one that draws you in, is Boomerang, who is an Australian baseball player who they made into a supervillain who is horrible. So I don't know why they chose him as the first foe to put in this book, but it was crap. It wasn't that interesting, and I didn't care about the character. So to be honest, I'm not sure. I mean, because the other clan, the rest of the clan that he has with him, I think they're going to do the rest of the books about, and I'm not real sure that I care about them. So this may be a hard one to swallow. I really don't see it lasting very long, to be honest with you. I read, I believe it was Venom 35. I'm usually pretty up to date on Venom. I'm 2 behind right now, so I read 35 this week. It was the one with him and Toxin in the schoolhouse. Eddie Brock, of course, as Toxin, came to the schoolhouse to finish the fight that they had, and once they were there, the alien robot people that are trying to destroy them came down and started destroying the school, so they kind of teamed up to knock these guys out. And then Toxin told Venom that he'd be watching him, and once he started to step out of line or lose control, that he was going to go ahead and take him out. So I'll be interested to see how that develops. I'd like to see Venom kind of lose it, because I don't really like shiny, polished Venom. I like the streamy, streaky monster Venom, which I hadn't read yet, but I did see the Beyond books, and it looks like Venom is one of the main villains in it. Maybe, I don't know. I just saw the cover of one, and he was real hulked out looking, so I was pretty excited about that. So I'm probably going to check that out either tonight or tomorrow and try to read through that. Maybe I'll put it in next month's review. There was some other stuff I read, but I can't really think of it at the moment. I've just been trying to catch up on some comic books, because I've kind of been missing out on stuff here lately, but really trying to catch up. The Guardians of the Galaxy I picked up as well. I read through issue 1. I got about halfway through it before I fell asleep last night, so I can't really tell you, how good that is just yet. I can tell you some of the artwork on it looks pretty decent, so I'll be excited about that. So yeah, that about sums it up. Like I said, hopefully the next show will be a little more polished, with a little more info, and I won't have so many pauses in my video. But for now, I just kind of want to get this out there and let everybody know what the show's about. And like I said, put out the email address, which I'll put here somewhere, and just kind of maybe get a feel for how people feel about it, and see if anybody's got any ideas or any books they want me to read. And like I said, I'll be glad to give you my 2 cents on artists, writers, and whatever else I can. Alright guys, we'll see you next time.